Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we got a deck profile for you guys. It's been a while since I've done a deck profile for any game I've had on this channel. The last time I ever did deck profiles was back when I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh! A couple years ago, so I'm going to try and start doing some deck profiles for Shadowverse now, every once in a while. These will be probably just for decks that I have been enjoying playing recently, or just decks that I've been trying out at locals, and if you guys request any as well, I'll try to give a deck profile if I can. So in today's deck profile, we're going to be doing Marine Dragon, a deck that has gotten, little droplets of support ever since the game started back in set 1, and yeah, it's been pretty unplayable for the majority of the game until set 17, when we finally got like a decent card enough to kind of pull the deck together, and now we're getting actual like really good cards for the deck to make the deck be not like tier 1 or anything, but just like, be able to be at least playable enough to bring to locals, or sometimes maybe a regional, depending on how confident you are. So yeah, that's gonna be today's deck profile. The whole point of the deck is to get cards into the EX area, and you play them out from the EX area to get some bonus effects, and it's all tied together by this guy, the big fish. We'll get to him, and we'll talk about him in a little bit. So yeah, let's just get started. So starting off with the 1-drops, we got Giselle, Mermaid Healer. Pretty decent card on Fanfare. She gives a layer +2, and then when Overflow is active for you, each other Marine follower on your field has Rush to Sail. So not that bad for the late game. Pretty simple card, just healing you too. Healing is completely fine as just a way to keep yourself in the game. And if she's around late game, she'll be able to give everything Rush a Sail, with everything on your field, except for her, unfortunately. Unless you have 2 of her out, which would be funny. But yeah, pretty decent card to start off. And then next, a 1-card spell, Aquatic Authority. This is a consistency card. So you look at the top 3 cards of your deck, you may put a Marine card from among them into your EX area. If Overflow is active for you, it costs 1 less to play this turn, then you put the rest of the bottom deck in any order. So really nice. Just another way of getting your guys into the EX area to start playing them out from the EX area and getting some bonus effects and stuff. And just really nice consistency overall. And late game, start getting some that just costs a little cheaper. Next is the new card from set 18, Orca Run. It's just an archetypal removal card that gets better over time. Select an enemy follower in the field, deal 2 damage. If there are at least 5 Marine cards in your cemetery, deal 4 instead. So not terrible, gets better over the game, and if you're wondering how often are we getting 5 Marine cards in Cemetery, it's pretty often. It's pretty quick. There's a lot of draw cards in this deck, a lot of cards to just gain advantage, so you're going to hit that count pretty quickly, honestly. Then next, we're on to 2-drops. First off is Wavecrest Angler. This is pretty much Aquatic Authority as a body. Just look at the top 3 cards of your deck. You may put a Marine card from among them into your EX area, put the rest in the bottom in any order. So really good consistency piece, not much needs to be said. 2-3 body, so pretty nice follower. Next, 2-3 Bubbleborn Mermaid. I don't know why I did it like that. That's my bad. So, but this is pretty simple. Give your leader +1 for every Marine follower on your field. So good heal like Giselle, and yeah, just another decent body for your Marine count and to keep you in games as well. Probably the best 2-drop, though, in the deck is going to be Shark Warrior. I mean, I guess it's debatable which is the best 2-drop in this deck. You can make the argument that Wavecrest is the best one just because of consistency reasons. But this, I feel like, is the best one because of removal. So for him, you can select any follower of the field. If this was played from the EX area, deal 2 damage. He can, like, pretty much get, like, single-handed to get rid of 2 to 3 bodies due to his Evo, which we'll get to later. So, really, really good card. Never run any less. He's just really nice. The next 3 Whimsical Mermaid. This is one of the you couldn't make the argument this is one of the weaker ones, but it's due to the card pool we have. You just kind of have to play it for now. This is a ward, 2/3 ward, and on last words, you select a Marine follower in your cemetery, not named herself, and put it into the EX area. So good way of getting some of your resources back. So that's nice. You can bring back Shark Warrior that's back. Just Rested that was in your cemetery. You can put it back in the EX area. Bubbleborn, Giselle, anything really. So really good for that reason. That's probably the only reason why it's playable in the deck. Next, 3 Mermaid Archer. Another removal card. So you can tap her to put just put a Marine card from your hand into the EX area. Select an enemy follower on the field, deal it damage equal to the number of Marine cards on your field. So really good. 0-4 body, so it's going to stick a bit at times if the opponent tries to get rid of it. So that's nice. And just another good way of getting your stuff into the EX area and doing some removal as well. So really good. The last 2-drop follower in the deck is Tropical Mermaid. I was thinking of cutting this for a 3rd Orca run, but I've kept it in the deck for now due to some niche situations, I guess. So with her, select another Marine follower on your field, give it +1/+1. If she was played from the EX area, you get +2/+2 in Russian Sail instead. The reason why I was going to cut this is because honestly, Giselle does the whole Russian Sail thing for everything else pretty much covered anyway. And also Orca Run's just a better removal card, so I might just cut this for a 3rd Orca Run, but I've kept it in there for now just because there are sometimes you just get this into EX area early. And you can get some decent Rush of Sail at around turn 3 or 4. So if she's in an EX area, so that's kind of why I kept her in there. But that's barely ever come up, so I'm probably going to cut her for the 3rd Orca run. However, if you like her, by all means, put her in the deck. Leave her in the deck. Next, the last 2-drop in the deck is Dragon Oracle. Nothing really needs to be said about this. It is a Dragon staple. Just ramp or draw a card. So pretty self-explanatory. Next, 3 Mermaid Guide, probably one of the best 4-drops in the deck. With her, well, there are at least 5 Marine cards. In the cemetery, she has Storm, so pretty simple. And her Evo is also really nice, which we'll get to. So, but great mid-game damage output for the deck. Next, Rock Whale, the other 4-drop in this deck. If he's played from the EX area, he can recover 3 play points. Other than that, though, he will discard a Marine card to draw 2 cards, and he's a 3/5. So, good way of setting up your Marine count in the cemetery, and a decent ward. And you're also able, if you're playing from the EX area, get to recover some play points to start getting more plays off on that turn, which is always nice and appreciated. And then the last 4-drop is a Sword Snout Trencher. Pretty decent card, just a 5/5 rush, but if Overflow is active for you, it has Storm, so kind of like Mermaid Guy, just decent damage output in the big game, which is great. The next, and probably the most important card in the deck, is 3 Disreston Ocean Harbinger. This guy is pretty much the thing that keeps the deck afloat. No pun intended. And with him, on Fanfare, you discard a Marine card, do the following 3 times, put the top card of your deck into the EX area. So you basically discard a Marine card to set up your Marine count, like I said, and you just draw 3 cards. Just because the EX area is pretty much a second hand. So really, really good setting up your EX area. And his Evo is insane as well once we get to that. Then next, the last 5-drop, 2 Mermaid of Punishment. Really, really good card for consistency reasons due to her Evo. But normally, if she's just on the field, whenever a Marine follower is put on your field, deal 1 damage to each enemy leader. So nice ping damage just to get more damage output out. And then the last card in the deck is Neptune Tide Mistress. From all the way back in set... Was this set 7? Is this set 7? Okay, cool. It's been a while. She is a 6/6 ward, though. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck. From among them, you may reveal up to 2 Marine followers not named herself and add them to your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. Then you may summon a Marine follower that costs 5 or less from your hand and give it +2/+2. So really, really good card in the late game. Being able to add 2 more resources to your hand. And then also, you can summon out pretty much any of your guys that are 5 or less. Because pretty much other than her, everything is 5 or less. So everything in this deck can be summoned off of her last part of her effect, which is great. You can summon out another Disreston, a Mermaid of Punishment, Shark Warrior, the list goes on, so that's really good. Really, really nice card to pretty much get the deck finished and capped out. So let's get these all put together. I am terrible at getting all these back together when I do deck profiles, but I'm getting better. Next is the Evo deck, though. So starting off, 3 Disreston Evo. Really, really good card. This is why he is the best card of the deck, because of this Evo right here. You give each enemy follower on the field -X, -X, where X equals the number of Marine cards in your EX area. So pretty much you should have 4 to 5 cards in the EX area once you go into this. There are some times where you could low roll and you hit Dragon Oracle, which fucking sucks. I've had that happen on camera. but for the most part, you are like getting rid of basically everything on your opponent's board when this guy comes out. And when you can also pay 2 pay points to bury a Marine card from your EX area to give him +2/+2 in Storm. So really, really nice damage output as well with him to either push for game or to just get more damage off in a turn. So really, really nice. And then 3 Shark Warrior. You could get away with running 2 of this guy's Evo, but he's just really important for removal. That's cheap removal, so that's why I run him at 3. So just on Evo, deal 2 damage. So the nice combo with Shark Warrior, play him out for EX area, 2 damage, Evo to this, 2 damage, and then swing into another engaged follower. So potentially you can get rid of 3 bodies, potentially. So really, really nice. And then 2 Mermaid of Punishment Evos. This is pretty much an Alice, like an archetypal Alice for the deck. So with her, you look at the top 5 cards of your deck, you may put up to 2 Marine cards from among them into your EX area. They cost 2 less to play this turn, and you put the rest on the bottom in any order. Whenever another Marine card, or follower, my bad, it's put on your field, deal 1 damage to each enemy leader. So good for chipping, and just it's also nice the fact that the stuff you put onto your EX area costs 2 less. So you could, like, if you hit any of your 2 drops, you pretty much have to play them for free, and that is pretty much 2 ping damage right there. So that's really good. I almost forgot about the last Evo before I put everything back together. 2 Mermaid Guide. This is good on Evo to pitch a Marine card to draw 2 cards. So another way of drawing 2 cards, another way of setting up your Marine cards in your cemetery. And again, well, there are 5 Marine cards in your cemetery. She has Storm, so good 5 damage right there. If you super Evo it, you get to do 6 damage instead, which is great. So, and yeah, that's pretty much all for the deck. Pretty simple, pretty concise. Again, just trying to get your stuff into the EX area as quick as you can, and just start like plussing, getting damage on board, and also just be able to control the board as well with some in the early game to make sure your late and mid game goes off smoothly. So, I hope you guys all enjoyed this deck profile. I'll try to get more of these up whenever I can. So, if there are any decks you guys want to see that I've been playing or that other people have been playing, I'll try to get those deck profiles up as well. And yeah, like I said, hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Leave a like, comment, definitely subscribe. We should see you guys next video. Have a nice day.